Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Plastered Dragon, the internet's premier virtual dragon themed streaming tavern. Have we got a show tonight, folks? Season 2 of Something Wicked This Way Comes. I don't know about you, but all of us have been waiting for it for what, 3 weeks now? Well, actually, we've missed 3 weeks, so it's four. We haven't actually done this for a month. But we're here now and we're ready to go. We're going to do the usual announcement thingies and then we're going to get down to business. Tomorrow night, Thursday, we're not going to get down to business, mate? Are you
No, we're
nervous?
gonna skip the announcements and just go.
Well, I mean, I feel like, for our other shows, we should at least let other people know what's going on for them because they do it for us. So, I thought it'd be nice. Tomorrow night, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, the cask returns to its normal day and time. And they are going to be doing Terraria again, which is kind of a side-scrolling version of Minecraft. It's one of those exploration slash resource games, and they're just fine. It's basically a whole new game, whole new world for them to explore and get killed. I'm not sure what they're discussing yet. They haven't put up their poll, but tune in to find out. It's always good for a laugh. Then Friday, what do you guys got going on over at the World of Indigo?
Well, funny you should ask that. We have a one shot. It's a continuation of a one shot, and a couple of the members of Something Wicked are in this one shot. It is a continuation of the Loxodon campaign. The
Oh,
members of Tusk fighting against evil clowns in circuses across the land, but it's a group of all Loxodons, and it is family friendly. So what that means is we're going to cut back on the swearing, but the same level of adventure and characterization that you can find on Indigo all the time. But Wolf and Big Mike will be there playing their Loxodon characters, and
fabulous.
it is a super fun time. I love it.
Well, and
Oh
You
gosh, wait,
forgot
wait, wait.
chopped liver.
I forgot somebody else. Somebody sometime is also in that, and he just does a great job. So if
Yeah,
you want to,
he was hilarious.
Oh,
The
hang on a
most
minute.
stoic monk
And
ever.
I can't. It was which one was it?
oh,
uh,
Indigo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We also have another member of the Indigo family that's on that. Moswald. Moswald plays the
Yeah,
bard in that, and he is fantastic.
Barnum, right?
Yeah, Barnum. Barnum the bard.
He
wow,
was
wow,
awesome.
Indigo. I don't know what's happening here, but
Indigo
Oh,
is
I know exactly what's happening.
he's sleeping
I'm
on the couch,
sleeping on the
Oh
couch.
yeah.
or is
And
the
the
couch too good for him? Is he sleeping out on the screen
We
porch?
actually do have a literal dog house in the backyard. I mean, it's for a very small dog, but I think it'll work.
Please post pictures and video. But
You just have
yes,
to figure out if you want your head covered or your feet.
so please go over and support all of these wonderful people. There's the link right there in the Twitch chat, and also somebody sometime who is a member of our Utah family also put in an appearance on um, Plastered Playground last night and did a very creditable job. Very nearly won the rap battle. It was very close, and he brought the burn. It was pretty awesome. We were
He
all
was
very.
robbed.
He was robbed. But yeah, so that's Friday. Saturday night we are bringing back some Dread, uh, and
Ooh.
we're gonna have some underage players. So it's going to be a booze-free Dread. So people are gonna actually have to pull bricks for a change. I know. No hiding behind the alcohol. So save up your bits and beat on those players. Theme to be announced because I only just confirmed that we were doing Dread a few hours ago. But we'll probably get that theme announced on the cask tomorrow. But it's the return of Garrison to the channel. So Garrison is going to be Breaking Dread. It's like Breaking Bad, but funnier. Um, and then Sunday, over at the Chameleon again, is Sunday chill because Tracy's going to be completely fried with Mother's Day and uh, yearbook, or are you guys going to take a quiet night off?
On Sunday night,
When?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh
No,
no, we're on.
We're
We're
streaming.
on.
Good.
Come and join us for some games. It's going to be a great time. We might play some Jackbox games. Who knows? But
Outstanding.
we'll have some fun stuff going on here on the channel.
Okay, and then that'll bring us around to Monday, where we're going to try and get crab truckers going again, because we had Wolf, 12 months. That's right. We are coming up on the anniversary of the channel in just a few short weeks. And Wolf was one of our first subscribers. Thank you for keeping it going for the year. We've got some fun stuff planned for that anniversary. Stay tuned to hear a little bit more about that. But Monday we're doing some motherfucking crab truckers. Uh, Schedule's gotten a little bit wonky because I keep finding out about end of the year graduation events for Josh that I'm told about like that afternoon. It's like, oh yeah, there's a banquet tonight. Oh yeah, there's an award thing tonight. Tonight there wasn't anything, thankfully, because I would have had to tell him, sorry, I can't go, because priorities. But there's another one Friday, which is the senior showcase for drama. So I'll be watching all of the seniors perform their last whatever they are for that. And then I think we're done with events until graduation the following Friday. So, yeah. And then that'll bring us around to Tuesday for Cards Against Humanity. And that concluded the announcements, which were done in 6 minutes, which gives us more playtime. Woo! Now for a When We Last Left Our Heroes, which I feel like we need now more than ever because it's been a few weeks. So for those of you out there who are just joining us that haven't watched much Wicked, we had some internet issues today, so I was not able to get season 2 episode 0 up. But watch for that tomorrow. It's going to be about a 10 to 15-minute episode which recaps a lot of what happened to our characters in season 1 and gives you a good sense of who they are and where they've come from, and will allow you to jump into season 2 knowing pretty much what's going on. But the big points from the final episode of season 1 are as follows. Malmarathir confronted Zephyr and Zuki. He told Zephyr that he's not as free as he thought he was from the summer court. Um, and while he was trying to gloat, Zuki stabbed him in the stomach. Before he could get in another word, a portal opened up to Summer, and vines reached out, wrapped around him, and dragged him through while he was protesting that he could still get them. The voices told him he had failed and had to pay the consequences. They ran and were ambushed by some shadows in the park. Keel did more research in his dossier and discovered that it looked like Zuki's grandmother had a hand in killing his father. Reg laid a trap for Nick, and Nick fell for it hard. And he had suspected that Nick was going to try and do something to Mikey B, and Nick did. When confronted with his actions, Nick tried to spin it. Reg was not buying it, and so Nick's bookish fiend friend uh, just kind of scrambled Reg's brains and made Reg think that Nick saved him, which of course was completely sensible. Nick decided that he had no other recourse because Reg was broken and he had to run to his mom and get her guidance. Unfortunately, Mom was consorting with the very extraplanar beings, both positive and negative energy, that they had been fighting all season and trying to find a way to get rid of. Uh, and when he told her those were the bad guys, she said, no, they're our friends. They're here to help us. Nick realized he had made not just one or two, but several fairly large mistakes. And before he could flee to correct them, uh, Mom gave him a choice: either join her or she would break him until he did, and failing that, kill him and just raise him as an undead servant. Uh, he pulled a Luke Skywalker at the end of Empire with the no, and so she nailed him to a wall. And Reg started adding things up and realized that this was a young man's game and he wasn't quite so young anymore, and met with Richard Red about possibly retiring from the adventurer game and maybe taking a desk job at Ben headquarters. He was about to announce this to the rest of the gang, had gathered all of them together when there was a knock on the door, and a strange-looking man appeared. Said that his name was Jerix, which was a name that everybody remembered from some things that Nick had said in the past. Jerix said he was a Hound Archon and the protector of Nick's line, and that Nick's family was in danger of being snuffed out, and he needed their help to save him. And so they set off, or they agreed to help this Jerix save Nick, and that is where we left our heroes. We now resume right from there, unless anyone has any questions. You had all put out some feelers to try and um, start gathering information, as no one knew exactly where Nick was. And in the intervening time, some of those feelers are coming due now, and you are going to be able to collect on the information that you were seeking. But in the meantime, let's do an around the horn and see what people are doing. Let's start with Zuki.
Um, I'm gonna text Jonas just to find out how he's doing because I haven't heard from him in a few days, and I know that they had some stuff going down.
Okay, you text him and you get one of
In
those.
our in our timeline, where are we in relation to the stuff that just happened in DC?
In your timeline, you are probably, I would say, the next night.
Okay, got it. But their stuff took them a couple of days, right?
Right, like yeah, like you are
So they're
you are probably in the aftermath of their
okay.
stuff.
They're
So
like MIA for like 2 days, and then it's been like a day since all of that went down.
yes,
Okay, got it. Okay, so that makes sense
yeah.
for
So
her to do.
you've texted because it's been a few days since their stuff went down,
Yeah.
and you haven't heard anything. And you text, and you get one of those message could not be delivered exclamation points next to the text.
Ooh, okay. So I'm just gonna in the group text just be like, "Hey, uh, how are things going? You guys doing okay?" Question mark.
Your phone goes zzz, zzz, and you actually it's ringing and it's Richard.
Okay, I pick up.
Um, hey Zuki. How's it going?
Okay.
Yeah, we probably should have called you. Sorry about that. Things have been a bit crazy down here.
Yeah, everything okay?
Oh no. Is this a good time to talk?
Um, yeah, it's as good as any, I
I
guess.
mean, do you want to like sit down or something? Should I come over? I mean, I can get up to Boston pretty quick. I feel
Just
weird.
say whatever you're gonna say.
Jonas is gone.
Gone, like disappeared, gone.
Like, he killed Allison with this dagger that we made in hell. Jonathan's gone. He sacrificed himself in hell, and everything's just fallen apart. We're pretty sure Jonas's soul is trapped in hell with uh, whoever it is that owns it. And Jonathan is either dead or trapped in hell, and I think Carmen and Sarah and Kenny are going to mount some kind of suicide rescue mission. I don't want him to go, but I don't know how I can stop him, and I have all these responsibilities at Ben, so I can't go with them.
So when you say trapped in hell, do you mean like dead, or do you mean like
I don't know.
captured somewhere and needing to be rescued?
I don't know. I mean, it's
No, 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 no. Then talk to somebody who knows. This is a really important question.
I don't know who knows. He disappeared into his dagger. Or he was holding the dagger, and then he was gone. That's what Kenny told me. Nobody knows how to find out. I mean, do you know somebody who's in good with the devils of Dis that feels like answering questions? Because I don't.
No, no, not offhand.
Yeah, I don't. They're not. I'm not. You know, I'm a paladin. I talk to the good guys. The bad guys don't
Okay,
exactly pick up the phone
yeah,
when I call.
you're with Ben. Is there a precedent for this? Has this happened before? Have people been rescued?
I mean that the last time they went into hell was the first time I'd heard of anybody going to hell for anything like that. And I guess Jonathan had some kind of safety valve, and he sacrificed himself to get the rest of them out of there because someone did something stupid, or everyone was mad at Jonas, and uh, I guess Jonathan sacrificed himself to get them all out of there. I don't know. I wasn't there for that either. But everyone's just crawling all over themselves to die for a cause, and that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to live for a cause. We're supposed to fight for a cause. We're not supposed to die for it.
Are you saying Jonas crawled all over himself to die for a cause? Is that what you're saying?
It seemed like he wanted to sacrifice himself. The way they told it, he set it up to, I don't know.
Wow.
All I know is he's gone, and they plan on going and trying getting him out because he hadn't been hit, he hadn't been hurt. He just disappeared when he used up all the charges of this dagger. That tells me his soul got sucked into hell. What they do with it at that point, I don't know, but he had to sell his soul for power. I mean, I'm sure you've known people like that.
People that had to sell their soul for power. Yeah, sure. Okay, so that's pretty much what you think of him anyway, huh?
No,
All right.
that's not what I think of him. No, I
No,
think
no, that's okay. Really,
no,
no.
I think he made a mistake. I think he was trying to
Yeah.
protect people, and I think he made a
No,
bad
he was
choice.
jumping all over himself to try to kill himself, and he sold his soul for power. Got it. Nope. That's good. We're all on the same page.
No, Zuki, that's
Okay,
not what I
sure.
meant. That's not.
Yeah, well, that's what you said. Okay.
I'm upset. Two of my friends are gone, and I couldn't
Yeah,
do
well,
anything
I'm
to,
upset
and I
too.
couldn't do this anything to save them. I was behind this stupid desk moving puzzle pieces around trying to fix the damage that Ben has done to this world, and I couldn't save my friends because I was stuck here.
All right. Well,
What do you want me to say?
let me know what we can do to help.
As soon as we figure out what the rescue plan is, I'll call you guys. I should have called you sooner. I know they're your friends too.
Yeah, you should have.
I'm sorry. I won't.
Well, I guess we're off to do a rescue of our own. So,
What do
you
you
know,
need? Who's getting rescued now?
Nick,
What happened to him?
he went to visit his mom.
He went to visit his mom?
You're with Ben. You have enough information. That should be enough right there.
Fine, I'll go look it up.
Call me if you get anything.
All right, just let me know if you need any help, and I won't leave you out anymore. I'm sorry.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. All right, that was fun. And subs, thank you for the subscription. Also 1 year. Excuse me while I recover from that dramatic moment.
So many dead people.
All right. So, while Zuki is off having her little phone call there, Reg, what are you up to?
Well, I imagine that I would. So where we are is Jerix has told us we need to go rescue Nicholas, correct? And we sent out feelers to anyone that could tell us how to get to him,
Right,
correct?
exactly.
Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of a sojourn and go and visit Gray.
Okay.
But I will let the group know that that's where I'm going.
Very good. And thank you, Bookish Spider, for the host. While you're headed off to Gray, Zeph, what are you doing?
Okay, what time of day are we looking at here?
Right now, I would say we're probably morning-ish still.
Okay, well, I've got some deep insights and things that I need to take care of right now. I'm actually going to make my way back up into the meditation room,
Okay.
and that's where I'll be for a while until later in the afternoon.
Okay, give me a wisdom save while you're meditating.
Whoa, nat 20.
Oh, good, good.
And add 2 to that, that'll be 22.
You might want to either move mic away or dial it down a little? We're starting to get a little clipping from you.
Sorry, is that better?
That is much better, thank you. All right, so um, I'm very quiet. All right, see if I can louder myself. I've never been told I'm quiet. I will try to boost myself up a bit and bring them down just a little. All right.
Don't bring me down, down. Sorry.
So while you are in there meditating, you hear whispers at the back of your mind. Um, at first, the whispers are in Chinese, but they begin to get clearer and start to come through in English. As it,
And are these whispers that I'm recognizing as far as the quality and
yes, it's your great 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 grandfather.
that would be 18 of those. I don't know if you want
Yes,
to go through all of them or not.
18 times removed. Yes, I was trying to abridge. We'll just call him grandfather.
Grandfather works. And I mentally try to project my thoughts, grandfather.
Ah, there you are, Zephyr.
I'm here.
I thought
You were right with the changes.
I thought I had lost you.
No. I don't know if I should have come back.
There is no should or should not. You came back. You cannot second guess that now. You are here. Accept it and make the best of your choice. What good is it to wonder what could have been? This is what is.
How? I've lost my music. I'm losing my friends. Everybody's leaving again.
Then do something about it. Do,
Do what?
that is not for me to say. Your choices have brought you here. Make different ones if you do not like where you are. If you wish to be more connected to your ancestors, spend the time connecting with them. That connection does not happen magically. That connection happens through effort. You have severed a bond with me. It will take time and effort to grow that bond back. If you wish a connection with the girl, make the connection. If you wish your friends not to leave, ask them to stay. All of these things require action and energy on your part. You must decide which things are the important ones. And you must make them happen for yourself. They will not just fall into your lap.
Will you be here when I call?
I do not know. It depends on how much energy you spend on this relationship. As I said, we had a physical bond, a physical connection that is gone now. We still have a spiritual one, but it is tenuous. You must forge it anew.
I want to do that, grandfather. I didn't even know about the bond before. And but having met you, it is something that I want
Then
and
make
something that I will be striving for.
then make it happen. Remember, you are not your body. You are not your spirit. You are not your mind. You are your choices. That is how our household has been built since time immemorial. Let that be your code and creed. Let it be an example to your friends.
Yeah, I have my choices.
Remember, remember, remember.
Thank you, grandfather.
And the presence drifts from your mind, and you drift into a more silent meditation. And as you open your eyes, you note that the swords are in your hand. You didn't remember drawing them, but they're there. And you begin to move around the room and dance. And you drift into a meditation again.
I will continue to maintain this as long as I'm able to.
Okay. Jerix, what are you doing?
Sneaking around. No. Um.
Sneaking around. Excellent.
Yes. Surprise! Are there any? Do I have any of my own established networks? Any of my own contacts?
Yes, absolutely.
What? What's? Because obviously I don't know exactly where she is or where Nick is. I assume we have kind of a sense of where that is, but it's muddled out. So how might which one of my contacts might I probably rely on to help suss it?
You've reached out to a couple of casters who have gotten together and been working on some rituals. You can go out and visit them.
Are they like far away? Can I just call them to check out the progress?
You would go to visit them. This isn't the kind of thing that you would trust to a phone.
Okay, all right. So I will visit these two and see what kind of information I can glean from them.
You go up to a nondescript looking tenement in one of the seedier parts of town. Walk up to the second floor. The door swings open before you even reach it. And there are five men sitting around a low table with what looks like a bowl of tea in the middle.
All right. Does it look like I'm interrupting, or obviously I'm expecting?
It looks like you're expected. And
Okay.
they're all sitting around, and you get in, and they all open their eyes, but they're all blind.
All right. What do we find out?
It's very interesting, Jerix. You were right to contact us. He is being held in a cave in the Feywild. It looks like he is being held below the Winter Court in a
Oh,
portion
great.
of autumn.
Okay. And
There are many
do we see any
wards there,
entrances?
making it hard for us to see his cell, but we do see a path to his imprisonment. You may need to get near to it and at least do some scouting. But we think that your friends may know a way there. And mists rise up out of the tea, and they show you um, some visions, and you see paths with footprints, and it looks like multiple sets of footprints, and the footprints look familiar to you. It looks like it's when you look closely, it looks like their footprints, and one of them gestures, and it's almost like time reverses, and you see Zuki and Reg, um, and Zephyr, and someone that you don't recognize passing in reverse over this path.
Okay. So it's somewhere they've been before. Gotcha.
And it looks like it's in the autumn realm.
What do we know of his mom?
Well, you already know a decent amount about her.
Well, I mean, what kind of defenses I meant? What does she have in place? Tell me about these wards.
It seems that the wards are more to prevent scrying than to prevent physical incursion. so we cannot see inside to know what the physical defenses are.
Gotcha. All right. Anything else pop up? Anything weird? Anything out of the ordinary?
We are detecting shifts in extraplanar energy. It is not just from our plane that there are incursions there, though we cannot pinpoint exactly where it is from.
Gotcha. All right. Let me take this information back. Reach out to me if something else. So I'll head back to the mansion.
Okay. Keel, what are you up to?
Keel is really just going through his all of his gear, packing up everything he can, prepping for whatever may come. Probably reaching out to Ben to see if he can get any additional supplies, potions of healing, um, possibly some kind of magic scrolls. Beyond that, that's the best that he can think of to do right now.
Okay. Me- Meantime, Reg, you make it to Gray's.
I will go the route that I'm supposed to, getting the proper tea and desserts, and make my way to the beautiful little
Absolutely.
devilish character.
And of course, you get the key as a side on your plate, and open the door and head down the stairs.
Hello, Gray. Are you decent?
What's decent?
It means dressed.
Well, then, yes, I am decent.
How are you, friend?
I am doing well. You, on the other hand, look tired.
I feel tired. Very tired. I've
I can
been
give you
going.
something for that.
You can. What do you have?
Well, I have a potion of innovation.
Gray, that looks like a Red Bull.
Well, call it what you will, but it will certainly give you energy.
Yes, that's that's very true.
And this one gives you wings, but only for an hour.
Oh God, no, no literal
Oh,
wings. Yeah,
yes!
that's
Well,
wow.
I was tired of their slogan being a lie, so I doctored it.
I, huh, Gray, do you know if there's a way to see if someone's being affected by magical means?
Oh, there's always a way for something like that, but what do you mean by affected by magical means?
Do you ever feel like the opposite of deja vu? Like, like you're forgetting something, but you don't know what you're forgetting.
Oh, you mean like someone's been in your head fiddling about?
Possibly, but I'm not sure to have it to even test for that.
Well, there are no ways to test for it per se, but you have to ask yourself if the memory that you feel doesn't fit. Are there other clues as to why it doesn't fit?
Yes, yes, you're probably right.
Oftentimes, when someone modifies a memory, they forget to modify the things around the memory. The other pieces of evidence, for example.
Things get hazy.
Things get hazy. Are there, other pieces of evidence like you bought a donut that you don't remember, or you have a receipt for something that you can't account for? Perhaps you set up a plan that you don't remember setting up or have a reason for.
Or fighting something, but there being no collateral damage around the area.
Exactly.
Yeah. Great. Do you have anything that would allow me to do this to someone?
Oh, that is a very serious spell. Do you have a good reason for wanting to do this to someone?
I do.
Well,
I want to save them from themselves. And I
if,
feel like this guilt is something hard to carry around.
if you wanted to modify a memory, I do have. Or I can create for you a bauble.
A bubble.
A bauble, like a little glass ball with a little liquid in it that you could just, clap them on the back and it breaks over them and the liquid seeps.
I would very much like something like this. Gray,
Note, note to self: don't ever let Reggie clap me on the back.
how much?
Well, it's for a good cause, you say.
It is. It would be like giving someone a big hug that enjoys giving hugs to other people.
And you give me your word.
I give you my word that will go to a good cause.
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
Yes,
Give me
Gray. I'm
give me your
always
persuasion.
I am always truthful with you, but to show you, let me make you a roll with my dump stat. Uh, hang on.
It's a Constitution.
No, God, I love you, Magnoth. This is a
Who would use
persuasion.
Constitution as a dump stat?
Oh, that's not bad actually. 17. It's actually not my dump
No.
stat. I got a +4 to that.
Oh, there you go. Very well. For a good cause, I will give it to you on retainer, and if it works for you, we'll say $2,000 just to cover materials.
Done, done, and done. I will. Yes, thank you, Gray. I am extremely grateful. Who knows? Maybe years from now, we'll have this sort of like big battle where we have to transport to another plane, and we'll utilize your services. You never know.
Anything is possible. Never say never, and lots of other good cliches. Give me
It's
just a
true.
moment. And he goes and um, he takes a straw and he blows into it, and he blows this really intricate glass bubble, and it looks really beautiful and colorful, and you can see all kinds of colors refracted in it. And then he sets it on a little pedestal and he starts casting over it. And as he does, you see silver liquid begin to fill this bubble. And he says, now that the magic is in it, it is actually fairly secure. It will not break unless you intend to break it. But just the same, and he pulls out a ring box, puts it inside on the little felt, and closes it. It will be safe in here. Palm it and just clap him on the back with it, and you will be able to alter his memory with ease.
Lovely. Thank you, Gray. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, my boy. Do be careful.
I will. Thank you for the box. I could very easily see myself like sitting on a sofa and accidentally modifying my memory.
Now, we wouldn't want that, would we?
No, God, no. Um, Gray, I will. I will see you soon. Yeah,
Yes, do be careful.
I will certainly try.
Very well. Have a good day.
I will vacate and make my way back to Scooby headquarters.
Okay. Meantime, Zuki, what have you been doing after the information gleaned from the phone call?
Um, God, nobody's there. Nick's not there. Reggie's not there. It's just Zephyr.
And Zephyr's been
And
meditating.
I'm going to text everyone and say, because I can't find everybody right now, I'm going to text everybody and say, guys, things went bad in DC. We need to talk. And then I'm going to go look for Zephyr.
Okay. The door to the ancestor room is closed.
I'm going to knock really gently.
All right. Perception at disadvantage if you want to notice.
Okay.
No, him. Him,
Oh,
not
him.
him, not
Oh,
you.
got it. Okay.
You're muted,
Muted.
Wolf.
I was just giving everybody a chance to fill up one of their bingo spots there. Um, I probably wouldn't have noticed at this point.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
guessing.
fair. No answer.
She kicks in the door.
I'm gonna crack the door open just a little bit and just see if he's even in there.
He is, and he seems to be kneeling and concentrating, and he's holding his swords.
Okay.
That what we're calling it?
Yep, that's what we're calling it.
I'm going to run over to my room or the closest place that has a piece of paper.
Mhm.
I'm going to scrawl a note that says,
Saw your swords. So I left.
no, okay, I'm going to scroll. How do I read this? I'm going to scrawl a note that says, going out to do some gardening. Hope you don't mind a few extra plants in your yard. Just come find me if it's not okay. And I'm going to really quietly go in as stealthily as I can and leave the note in a prominent place where he will see it when he comes out of his meditation.
Okay.
And I'm going to go outside
Okay.
and look for an acorn.
Very good. This is New England. They're everywhere.
Yep,
And it's fall in New England, so you probably crunch several underfoot just walking outside.
yep.
So,
I'm going to go find an out of the way place in his yard. Not like completely off, like where it can be seen from the house.
Yep.
But it's kind of out of the way, and it's not gonna. I don't know how landscaped his yard is. Is his yard super landscaped?
probably, but
How big is it? Is it like landscaped and then there's kind of foresty areas, or is it like landscaped and fence and then like other yards in this perfect little like neighborhood of perfect yards?
The whole property is probably surrounded by good-sized trees and things. But there is, first of all, my mother's rather large oriental garden that she takes care of, as well as other wide open spaces,
there are pl-
peacocks roaming around, and
I'm
all
going
that.
to look for a space that is easily within view of the house, but doesn't seem to be interfering with any of
the
the
planned.
landscaping
Yeah.
structure or anything anywhere else, something that would be seen as a kind of out of the way place.
Mhm.
Totally screwing the
And
feng shui.
yeah, and I'm going to plant an acorn and I'm going to start working. And I know that there's going to be a lot of time associated with this, but I'm going to start working like druid craft on the acorn,
Mhm.
start sprouting a little oak that will become a larger oak eventually. But it's kind of essentially recasting the cantrip over and over and over, just
Right.
kind of meditating with the tree.
And I mean, other people like Zephyr is going to be meditating for hours, quite
Yeah.
literally. And it took Jarek's quite a while to head to the bad part of town and come back. It took Reg a while, so you're going to get a few hours in easily before anybody even notices you.
It goes without saying, but as soon as that text message is received, I'm tipping my Uber driver an obscene amount, or I'm driving my
Yeah,
car dangerously fast to get back.
yes, fair enough. And Keel, you're gathering gear. So do you notice the text?
Not at first, but probably an hour or two into my
Prep.
finding stuff,
Fair
I'd
enough.
check my phone.
Okay. So a couple hours in, you notice the text. What are you going to do with that?
Um, See if I can check out the gear, at least put it on standby, and then head over to the house.
Okay. You get to the house and it looks to be pretty quiet.
Well, this is unusual for the quiet, so I'm gonna go sit at the kitchen table.
Okay. After about a half hour sitting at the table, Reg comes in the front door.
All right. So what happened?
Don't know. I'm the only one who's here, apparently.
The text message, though, that Zuki sent about what happened to the DC crew.
Don't know. Zuki hasn't come in yet. I
Has
don't know where she's
anybody
at.
responded to the text in any way whatsoever?
Yes. Reggie, I'm headed that way as fast as I can.
Okay, I would have said outside the house.
Yeah, I will.
You know, I would have let them know where I was. I'm just like
I'll
not
grab
knowing exactly when they're gonna get there.
I'll grab Keel and we'll head outside and scan the area.
All right. You see her sitting out there in a clear area in the yard with what looks like she's got cross-legged, eyes closed, hands moving, with what looks like a sapling in front of her.
Oh. I will walk up slowly. Zuki,
Yeah,
are you all right?
not really.
What happened?
Um, things went bad in DC. Um, they lost a couple of people. Jonas was one of them. Uh, Richard was super annoying about the whole thing. This whole like, oh, he's dead, but he's not dead, but he might be dead, but he's in hell, but he's probably dead, but then he's not dead, but they might rescue him. So, I didn't do a lot of reading in school. I mean, I did some Greek mythology because that was kind of interesting, and people don't generally come back from hell. So,
While she's talking, I'll just go over and hug her. Probably mid-sentence.
Probably.
I'm so sorry.
yeah, me too. I have a lot of mixed up feelings, so I'm growing something.
You're growing a tree
Yeah.
to to just to grow a tree.
I don't know. Maybe it can just be here when he gets back, or if he doesn't get back, it can be here instead if he's somewhere else.
Yes. Yes.
It makes sense. I don't know. Maybe it
No.
doesn't make sense, but it makes sense
No.
to me. Because it's something I can do. I can do this. I can't do something else right now, but I can do this.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. You take some time. I will bring out some food and leave it next to you. All right.
Oh no, thank you. I'm good. Thank you though.
All right. We will be inside when you're ready. I will turn around and walk inside with Keel, and as I do, I will flash him a look that seems to communicate, oh my god, Zuki's doing a memorial to Jonas in Zephyr's front yard. This is not going to go good. LOL, JK, JK, LOL. All of that is communicated in one look.
Oh, I thought it was the backyard.
Is it the backyard? Is it the backyard or the front
backyard.
yard?
I'm guessing it's in the front yard. In what I have pictured with my home, I'm guessing it's probably in the front yard.
She's not thinking front or back or anything like that. She's just thinking a clear spot out of the way.
Yes. Yes. Love it.
Yeah.
Not
It's
awkward
better if
at
it's in
all.
the front yard. Yes, absolutely.
Sure.
Front yard.
Okay.
Yes. And
I built a shrine to my ex-boyfriend in your front yard. Yep. This is a lifetime movie.
How
Love
that
it.
is even possible is beyond me.
I'm into this.
But
Yep.
I did call it. I called it.
You did.
As Keel and Reg are exchanging looks and
you're
headed back into the house. This is the best idea ever. I love everything about it. Let's
Target practice.
present to so many people.
It's the giving tree.
What's Zephyr out there doing? He's just chopping wood. Just chopping wood. Just chopping. Sharpening his swords, I guess.
It's going to be weird when there's like 7 trees out there, and it's like, Zuki really went through a bad boy phase, didn't she? It's just really weird. This was a blind date, so it's just a bush. But this, they dated for like a month, so
Yeah,
this is yeah.
just like
This
a
guy, this
towering oak.
and this one died, so he gets a whole tree.
He gets a whole tree.
Yeah.
This one stubbed his toe real bad, so it's like some vines, something.
This one's like a creeping ivy. This one's Zephyr. It's complicated, so we're not really sure because it's like on and off again. So it's just this
They
ivy.
keep going to smother the Jonas tree. I don't understand. It's just like what is that? Kudzu?
So really
Kudzu.
Zephyr looks out his window and orders yet another chainsaw from Amazon. Just one day I'm gonna use it. One day.
Chainsaw.com.
So while they're exchanging looks over this great idea, let's check in with Nick, who's been hanging on a wall for a couple days now.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
This is the best day ever. I wish I weren't dead. I mean, maybe I should be dead.
Think I'll go for a walk outside now.
Ah, but I can't. I'm
Aw.
stuck to this wall. Oh.
So you've basically had these imps tormenting you pretty much the entire time.
Yeah,
They
I'm barely conscious.
they take occasional breaks, so that someone can come in and give you some food and water and heal you a few hit points to make sure you don't die.
I love it.
Mom comes in. And how are we today, Nicholas?
Peachy?
Have you reconsidered on my offer?
Yes.
You have.
Yes.
And what do you wish to tell me?
Yes.
I need more than just a single word, my son. I need for you to tell me what it is you are agreeing to.
Will you spare them if I accept?
You're not in a place to make bargains. We were at that point days ago.
So what we're saying is that's no longer on the table.
Swear your loyalty to me, and then we can worry about the rest later. They still have a part to play. They still can be a part of our new world, if they wish it.
Is there a dental plan?
Certainly. Which one of them would you like me to invite first?
Wait, what?
Which one would you like me to invite first?
Invite for what?
If you're worried about them, I can go and visit right now.
And do what?
I can go and tell Reginald that you need him, and I will bring you to him, or bring him to you, and invite him to stay. And you can make your case for him to help us. Or her. But I never got the feeling that you liked Zuki all that much.
She's my favorite.
Then perhaps we should get her first.
Yes.
Wow.
Tell me what you want me to do.
I'll join you.
You will.
Yes.
Are you telling the truth, Nick? Or are you trying to play her?
I think I'm at the end of my rope. It's not like I was designed to take torture. I'm not a secret agent.
It's true.
I'm a nurse.
All right. And you're willing to sign a blood oath to this effect.
I'm sorry you broke up on that last part. You said what?
Are you willing to sign a blood oath? Blood magic. It's what I do.
It's what I live for.
Sure, whatever it takes.
And which of your four friends are you willing to sacrifice? If I told you you could only keep three, which one must die for our pact to be sealed? Do you need time to think about it?
No, Lord Marmoth here.
He is not one of the four that I am speaking of. He is not one of your friends, and he is not part of our plan.
Mikey B?
You failed once, though you did try, and I appreciate it. Shall I list the names for you to make it easier? I can even make cases for each.
So I have to choose one to die.
That is the essence of blood magic. A life for a life.
And it can't be my own.
That is correct.
So who's on your top four?
Well, they're not my top four, they're your top four. We have Keel, the noble paladin. I'm sure he would lay down his life in a heartbeat. A noble heartbeat, but noble blood is so bland and flavorless. He would enjoy it a bit too much. Then there is Reginald. He's lived a good life. And taking his life away after he has fought so hard and won so much back, the complex flavors there would be quite delicious. Zuki, while an interesting child, is by far the most unpredictable of them, and while I enjoy her the most of them, I fear she could be the most dangerous to us because of her unpredictability. And that leaves Zephyr. He has a good heart, but his emotions and his pride often get the better of him. And because of that, he too has a complex flavor. I would enjoy consuming him.
So you want Zephyr.
Well, Zephyr or Reginald would be my preferences, but this is your choice, not mine. This is about you. If you're truly coming into the fold, it's important for you to choose this. After all, you're the one that's going to have to kill them.
Also, I get to do it.
And we'll cut away from from Nick for now, because I think he should stew on that choice for a bit. Just now, Jerix returns to the house, seeing Zuki cross-legged in the front yard, chanting over a slightly larger tree now, as she casts and recasts her spell.
just so I can say this, these other guys make it really hard to be dramatic with all the little quips and lines. Like I couldn't even get one straight face or sentence out of Nick. It was terrible. You guys are the worst.
You
I
see,
was fighting like laughing the whole time.
see, I didn't have to look at any of these in the
Yeah,
background.
no, it's right there.
For those in the audience, there's this whole private group chat going on where they're giving Nick a super hard time,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
it is
So one of my
freaking
favorite that almost made me bust out. So
it's freaking
the
hilarious.
scribe puts a meme up there, and it says, "Can't tell if Nick is being sneaky or evil." And then Indigo, she says, "Oh, so it's Wednesday."
Yes. So basically, I've had to because I have Discord full screen so that I can put the faces here for you guys to see on the stream. I've had to put a browser open just so I can keep up with all of the memes that happen during this episode. There's usually a good 20 memes per episode. I kid you not. And
At least.
I would typically the episode would be over and then I would minimize and they would just all scroll past and I would have to spend a good 20 minutes after the episode catching up. So there you have it. But anyway, so let's go. Now Jerix comes in, strolling across the lawn, headed for the house, and just sees Zuki sitting there, growing her tree, her ex-boyfriend memorial tree.
How is this supposed to help us? What are we doing?
Does everything have to help us? Can I just grow a tree?
Oh, I thought that's what we were preparing for. I guess I misunderstood.
I mean, apparently we're not ready yet because we need information and everybody's kind of doing their own thing. So I'm growing a tree. Is that okay?
I make no judgment. I was just asking what you were doing and what's the purpose? Was that a magical tree?
Oh, no, it's just a tree. I mean, I'm using magic to grow a
Symbolizing
tree, but it's just a tree.
for what purpose is what I was really inquiring.
Oh, I'm sorry. My friend died. And so I'm growing a tree because it makes me feel like I'm doing something to honor his memory in some way because I'll never see him again. Is that cool?
Why did he die?
Why?
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Why did he die? Why did he die?
Why did he die?
Yeah, is
Because
English
he
not your first
sacrificed
language?
himself
I
to save
can try another one.
possibly the world. I don't know. Maybe just a whole bunch of people. Is the answer to that important to you? Because I could probably find out if you needed to know.
Well, it seemed to be important to you. I was trying to empathize.
Yeah. No, thank you. Um, no, I'm sorry. I'm just a little like out of it because I'm upset.
Clearly,
So I'm growing a tree.
was there anything I could do to help?
No, I'm pretty good at growing trees.
I meant other than growing the tree.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. You could probably water it. I mean, no, like if you wanted to get, I mean, it's actually fine. Like I can probably take care of that out here. But I mean,
Should I
if
go
if
get
there's things that need
donut?
to be gotten ready to go rescue Nick, we should probably be prioritizing that. But I just didn't have anything to do at the moment, and this seemed to be kind of a personal priority, so I just kind of went with that. But if you need me for something, I can go do that thing, whatever you need me for to go to save Nick.
Okay, shall we assemble?
Did you need something?
Yeah, the rest of the people, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, Reggie's here. He's somewhere. I don't know. He went inside with Keel, and I don't know. Zephyr is somewhere. Well, he was meditating. I left him a note. So I
Should
guess
we
everybody's
just
here.
go in and see them?
What?
or should we wait outside?
Oh, they were outside, but they went in back inside. So they're inside somewhere. And Zephyr is probably upstairs in the meditation room.
So should we all go in, the two of us, or should we wait out here?
Well, if you need me, I will be here. Why don't you go find them and like if you need me for anything or if it's time to go and rescue Nick, you know exactly where I'll be. And I've got a tree marking my spot, so I'm pretty easy to find.
Maybe I should be more clear. This is not my house.
Oh,
I'm asking you to take me in to the house.
didn't you just come outside from inside the house?
No, you're in the front yard.
I thought he was in you weren't in the house before. I thought you were in the house.
Yes, I've been to the house, but I just can't go into the house. I don't live there. It's not my home.
No, I thought you came from inside the house. I'm wrong.
Oh, no.
Okay, never mind. I will walk you into the house.
Well, I
But
mean,
then I'm probably going to come back out to the tree.
you wouldn't have noticed anyway because you were concentrating on the tree. You wouldn't have seen him walk up. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I'll walk you in to find Reggie and them. And then, yeah, okay, let's go.
Much appreciated.
So I go with him, go find Reggie and Teal.
I feel like they're probably sitting at the table, drinking coffee, eating a snack, and discussing the outside tree situation.
I'm a situation.
So you can kind of see them from the door.
Hey, he was looking for you guys.
Oh, Jerix. Yes, come on in.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, did you have information? I mean, or you're just like looking to hang out while we wait for information, or I'm sorry, I didn't ask enough questions in order to be able to convey the nature of the current line of questions. I'm a little out of it right now.
Yes, with good reason. Suki, it's all right. Be gentle with yourself.
This is not normal for her.
Is what normal? The growing a tree in the front yard?
Oh,
Jerix,
sure, all of that. I'm
Jerix,
confused.
we're dealing with a bit of grief at the moment. We just learned some friends of ours have left this plane of existence. So
Yes, I tried to empathize, but she was not happy.
yes, well, welcome to the group. Do you have any news or any of your contacts reach back out to you?
Yes, it appears that you guys have actually been in the area before.
Mm.
It's in autumn,
Autumn.
below the winter court.
Nicholas is being held in autumn.
There was a trail, and I clearly saw you guys walking this trail.
Can you describe the landscape around you?
Yes.
And he does, and it sounds like the path that led to the cave.
Can we get back there? Zuki, can you contact your father to portal us there? So we
Sure.
can start at least looking around the area, doing some reconnaissance.
Oh crud! I'm still not wearing my necklace. I can only contact him with the necklace on, right?
Yep.
Okay, I run upstairs to my room and grab. I'm not going to grab both necklaces. I'm just going to grab the winter one.
Okay. Wait, actually, they had merged, so.
Oh, that's right, they did. I totally forgot about that. Okay, I'm grabbing the necklace. I'm not actually putting on the necklace.
Okay.
I'm going to grab the necklace and run back downstairs and then call for dad once we're downstairs in the kitchen.
Okay. Where have you been? We've been trying to reach you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been here. I mean, how are you trying to reach me?
Well, through the necklace.
Yeah, but usually you just showed up. I didn't realize I had to have the necklace on for you to show up.
Well, You don't need the necklace for me to show up, but I've been trying to not just show up unannounced. I try to contact you before I show up.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I took it off. I can't even remember why now. Oh yeah, I remember why I took it off. Anyway, I took it off and then I just didn't put it on. It's been a busy few days.
I understand. Your mother and I are trying to, I don't know, respect boundaries or something like that. And
Um, is there any way for us to get to Autumn? Because Nick is kind of being held there and he might die, and I really would not like that.
well, then yes, of course. I can be there to convey you in the morning. I'm trying to. Things have gotten complicated in summer, and I'm trying to arrange for your mother's safety. Something happened to. Oh, I shouldn't have said that word. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hold on just a minute.
Yes.
I'm gonna run back upstairs and throw the necklace back in on the dresser and run back downstairs. So you're saying
Is there a way you can try to break the two necklaces apart?
I don't know. I didn't wasn't the one who merged them together, so I don't really know how that magic works.
Nor do I, but perhaps it's worth a try at this point, since you seem to have chosen a side, and
I'm not really thrilled with the fact that I've got like a two-way walkie-talkie to like both realms at the same time. It's
yes,
kind of dangerous.
I quite agree, but for now, I think she
You got
only.
another necklace lying around, like another winter one? I could just wear that one and then not wear the other one.
I will, I will talk to the lady and see if we can uh, conjure something up. But in the meantime, perhaps you can find someone with a magical bent that may be able to separate the two. I will be there first thing in the morning. I think your mother only has to spend a little bit more time in that other place before her obligation is complete, and then we can spirit her away. But something happened with your grandfather, and things are more chaotic than usual there. I'm not sure exactly what is going on.
Oh, I stabbed him.
Oh, good. I'm very proud of you.
Thanks. He
Um,
kind of deserved it. He was being really annoying.
well, yes, that is his usual state, but I fear that puts not the stabbing, but I fear the follow-on events may have put your mother in danger. And
Oh, well, Summer or somebody was kind of pissed at him because a portal opened. He kind of got dragged through the portal by a whole bunch of vines, and I had nothing to do with that. So,
yes, well, I'm sure he's getting what he deserves, but at any rate, I want to get her safe and secure. I am calling in a favor or two to have her looked out for the next week or so, and then I don't know if bringing her back where I'm from is safer. I may bring her to you if that's all right.
I'm sure we could probably find a good place for her to stay. I mean, I should probably check in with the others, particularly Zephyr, since it's kind of his house. But even if he's not cool with it, I'm sure we could find some place in Boston for her to stay.
Yes, and I'm sure I can have a word with the boy and convince him of what a good idea it is. I won't hurt him.
Was that on the table?
Hurting him?
Yeah.
No, I was just reassuring you.
Okay, because I wasn't even thinking that, but then you said it, and then I was like, whoa.
I thought you might have been worried about it.
No, I mean I wasn't, but now I am. I mean,
Well,
but I wasn't before.
well, don't. Your friends have nothing to fear from me.
Well, that's what I figured, like all along, until just this second when you said that, and it was kind of ominous. But okay, we're good.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow morning.
All right, see you tomorrow.
And the connection breaks. And you run the necklace back upstairs again?
Yeah, I thought I ran it upstairs. Like I thought he was just talking. Like now that I opened the
Oh,
link, that he was talking.
okay.
But
Yeah.
no, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't know if it was like walkie-talkie, or if it was like, hey, hey,
No, well, yeah,
like
once the connection's
sure,
open, we'll
and
say,
then we're good to talk.
yeah, we'll say it's good to talk. All right. So, do you stay inside or do you go back outside?
Well, I mean, if there's anything else, I mean, they all know that he's going to be here tomorrow. Do you guys need anything else? I mean, I can stay, but can also just go and, out there.
Yes, Suki, go ahead. Tomorrow morning, we're setting forth. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So probably right close to intermission, either before or after. Perfect.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm going to go out to my tree now.
That sounds lovely. Good luck to you.
Right. So, anyone else doing anything else before a long rest ensues?
I will check on boys and just assume that they're being taken care of. Ben is
Yep.
sort of looking after them, and let them know that I will be back as soon as I can.
Okay,
As soon
very
as
good.
we rescue one of our own.
By long rest, are you saying going to bed?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, so before the long rest, I'm gonna say that you didn't notice the note when you came out of the first trance and noticed your swords because you were still in a pretty intense moment there. But if you want to have a chance to notice it, I'll give you a perception at disadvantage.
No, I wouldn't have noticed it at that point. I doubt that I would have.
Yeah.
I just went through some heavy conversation.
So you do some sword dancing until you are like physically exhausted and hungry, and as you're dripping with sweat and you're sheathing the swords and getting ready to go take a shower, and as you're toweling off and getting ready to leave, you notice this note sitting on the floor from Zuki. Hey, hope you don't mind. I'm doing some gardening. Uh, won't be any trouble. Won't be in the way. But if it bothers you, you can come out and talk to me about it.
Well, I kind of looked at the note curiously and start heading downstairs just out of curiosity
And I would
and
imagine by this time, Jarek's, Keel, and Reg are sitting at the table having dinner. And they probably brought a little plate of something out to Zuki, who may or may not have eaten it while she's out doing her tree work. But I don't imagine Zuki came in.
hey guys, do you know what Suzuki's doing?
Zephyr, hello. Okay. So,
She left me this note. It's just
hang on.
weird.
So let's have a discussion on grief and how it can do strange things to people.
Why don't you
And
just tell
Okay.
him that he's growing a tree for somebody that died?
yes, thank you, Jarex. So
Who,
Zuki's
somebody died.
Yeah, that's what Zuki said she was making a tree for.
So who died, guys?
Jonas and Jonathan.
So she's growing a tree for Jonathan.
Close.
And that's where we're going to take our break. That seems to me to be the perfect moment for our break tonight. So we're going to go. I hope you guys are having fun. I know we're having fun. We're going to grab a drink, hit the restroom, and maybe get a snack, and we will be right back with you guys in about 5 minutes. So stay tuned for more Wicked. Welcome back, everybody. So, right before the break, Zephyr incorrectly guessed that this tree was a tribute to fellow druid Jonathan. It was a good guess, but it wasn't really a good guess.
This is the best guess.
Missed it by that much. So, let's just pick up right where we left off.
Okay. I actually head over to the front door and open it up.
Zuki is sitting out there cross legged, and where there was once not a tree, there is now a young adult oak. She has managed to pour quite a lot of time and energy, and this tree is pretty solid already.
I start walking out that way.
Burn it to the
And
ground.
hi, Zuki.
Hey,
Got your note.
yeah, I didn't want to disturb you. I mean, I tried knocking, but then you didn't respond, and so you seem pretty like. So I just figured I'd just leave you a note.
I was just going to say that this is your home, too. You wouldn't even have to ask. And with that, I turn around and start walking away.
Hey, you okay, Zeph?
Yeah, I'm fine. You do what you got to do.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to head over to the garage.
Don't you want to know what happened in DC, Zephyr?
I do not want to know what happened to DC right now. Absolutely not.
All right, and you head over to the garage.
Yep. And I'm actually going to cast Find Greater Steed
Okay, and the
and work
bike
on that for the next 10 minutes.
and your bike
Okay.
returns.
And making sure my look is in place, I'm going to go ahead and mount up and ride off.
And the unmistakable sound of the motorbike roar, as flames or no flames?
No flames.
No flames. As he
Once I leave the gate, anyway, it might be flaming a bit as I go down the driveway, but once I leave the premises,
he
we're
leaves a
gonna
little
go
trail
up
of flames going down the driveway, but he extinguishes them if Zuki cares to notice. But if you just keep chanting and you're like, meh, okay. You're focused on your thing, you're focused on your thing, and the three of you are still sitting around the dining room table trying really hard not to notice what's going on outside. Or you guys all have your faces pressed against the window. Well, Jarek's wouldn't, but
Why are you guys staring out the window? Are we supposed to all be there?
No, no, no. We're just sort of observing what is happening outside. I didn't know if
What
we'd all
what
have
am I
to.
missing? What's going on?
No, no, you're not missing anything. It's just we didn't know what was sort of happening right now. So, no, no, it's fine. It's fine. You don't have to stare out the window.
I feel like that's more of a request to come join you.
No, 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 no. This is fine. So tomorrow morning, that's when we set off. Yeah. Do you rest, Jerix?
I can.
Oh, all right. Well, why don't you try to get some rest? We have a busy day tomorrow, and you're telling what sort of reconnaissance we're going to have to do. So,
Is the purple one Zeph coming back?
um, I'm not sure. I would hope so. I would like to hope so.
Okay then. I guess I'll go.
No, you. Here, why don't I let you rest in my room? I'll sort of point you out. To do you need a bed? Do you prefer to be outside?
Do you sleep outside? Is that where your room is?
No, 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 no. But there are some individuals. I imagine druids and things like this. Yeah. So, so, Jarek, are you all right? You look like you're choking on something. Are you sure?
I think Cat's got his tongue.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
I'm sorry, the host lost connection.
No, 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 that's fine. I will show him to where he will be resting for the evening.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. And settle down for a long rest.
All right, so he's settled down for a long rest. Keel, you settle down for a long rest. Reg, you head back to the apartment to stay with the boys for the night.
Yes. Actually, no,
Okay.
no. If they're taken care of, I will. Um, Zuki is probably sleeping outside, correct? Working on the tree. I will.
That's gonna be a big tree.
I. I will.
Tremendous.
I will search the house for any sort of sleeping bag or thing that I can find. I cannot assist with the tree growing, but I can just be there.
Okay.
Sometimes when people are grieving, just being there is a huge thing. So I will set up a sleeping bag a ways away so she's aware of my presence and laugh at myself because Jarek is right. I'm sleeping outside and rest outside.
Okay. And Zeph, are you just like
I'm actually, I think I'm headed to Clover's.
okay?
And,
Curse you!
All right, so you head to the bar.
I do, and as I get in, and when I step through the door, I immediately drop the disguise.
Okay, well, so
And
you get to the door, and but the bouncer's like, "Can I see some ID?"
I let him know I didn't bring my wallet with me. And I pull out my money clip and hand him 100.
He looks down at the 100.
You resident.
He says, "I think you have me mistaken for someone else."
I just want a quiet drink.
A lot of people just want a quiet drink. Miss Clover has rules. We do not break Miss Clover's rules, or Miss Clover breaks us.
Do you think I could speak with Miss Clover? She is an acquaintance.
He raises an eyebrow. Wait right here. After a couple minutes, Clover comes over and says, "Now, who is this that's trying to tell my bouncer that they're an acquaintance of mine? I know I have
I,
no,
sorry.
I know I have never seen you before, but that doesn't mean anything around here, now does it?"
And I changed my appearance to Zephyr. Previous Zephyr.
Previous Zephyr. "Why, look, it's Zephyr, or is it?" And she goes, and she says, "'Cause you just changed your appearance, love. You could be just changing it to any old person. Now, should I get out my glasses?"
Yeah, you're absolutely right that that's something I can do. But maybe if you were to talk with me for a while, you may recognize where I was from. This is what I look like now, and I completely dropped the disguise.
Now that is interesting.
It's a long story. In fact, I'll share it with you if you got a minute.
And she takes out a pair of glasses and puts them on, and she says, "You bought yourself 5 minutes for your honesty. Come on."
Thank you. Let me just start by maybe you recognize this. She's got legs. She knows how to use them. Which happened to be the first song he ever sang for Clover.
Well, the voice sounds a bit different, but the tune does sound the same.
Yes. I had an unfortunate mishap. Story is long and twisted, but my death was brought about and I was brought back via reincarnation, and voila, here I am.
And you died, and your friends reincarnated you.
They did.
Why didn't that delightful Nick just resurrect you or raise you?
He wasn't here at the time when the process was being put in place, is my best guess. There also has been to be reasons why I died that probably played into that as well.
And is that part of the interesting story?
How much time do you have?
My club, I got all night. How much time do you have?
A couple minutes ago, I was given 5 minutes.
Well, as long as you keep me entertained, I guess I'll keep you around.
That's most gracious. And I actually start going into the entire story.
Now, my dilemma here, she says, is I know you're underage, but you don't look underage anymore. So do I serve you based on your body or your mind?
Well, I guess that's something you'll have to decide on your own. Although I do faintly remember that my age wasn't a huge issue the last time I was here.
That was a favor to Reg.
Yes, it was. Now, maybe as a favor to me, in exchange for a story?
Well, I guess it'll depend on how good the story is. Why don't you start telling?
And
Give me a
I sit down and
give me a performance check for it. Let's see how good the story is.
19 plus. That'll be a total of 32.
That's a pretty good story. So about a third of the way into the story, she does one of these, and a couple of umbrella drinks are brought over. And how quickly do you drink it? How much do you sip?
I'm actually starting a sip with this one, and just to wet the whistle and continue the story and
So
keep
you
it going.
so you nurse the drink.
I nurse it. Yeah,
Okay. Are you telling me that Reginald put a knife through the base of your neck?
that is my understanding for what everybody has explained to me. And yes, I'm still dealing with that right now.
I may have to have a talk with that man.
You know, they tell me it was the only option they had. And
Hmm.
and I just kind of felt like I needed a drink.
I can understand that. Well, I think you came to the right place. Do continue your story and let me know if you need another.
And I will continue. And as I'm going, I think, you know, Reggie had this particular drink that he was very fond of. And I was wondering if maybe we could share one of those.
Are you sure about that?
Right now, I'm not sure about anything,
Well, all right. And
but it's the best idea I can come up with.
she orders a very old scotch, which is brought over.
And,
I'm not sure your palate is quite sophisticated enough for this, but I guess you've earned it.
and I take it and actually try to mimic Reggie as best as possible that I can remember from my previous drunken stupor,
Okay.
And actually just take a sip of it and put it on the table as I continue my story.
Okay.
Probably a little smooth. And
it's definitely more potent than anything you're used to, and the flavors are a little bit overwhelming because it's not something you've acquired a taste for, but it does have more complex flavors than anything you've had before, and you can see where Reg appreciates something like this.
and actually, I can see why Reg favors this. Not quite sure if I'm there yet, but I think it's something I might be able to do.
Well, you'd best get a job then, because you're going to be developing a very expensive taste.
I I think I might be able to handle that.
Well, all right then. That was quite a story. And now, what are you up to next? In addition to, as you say, dealing with it.
I've got a lot to think on, and I'll be honest tonight. I don't know if I want to do that thinking. I just thought I would sit back and nurse some of these feelings for a bit.
Well, this is as good a place as any, and with that new body of yours, you might be appealing to some of the girls upstairs, too, if you need a release.
And I don't know if I go a deeper shade of purple or not,
Oh, I think
but
you do. I think there's no question.
I I appreciate the thought, but I think right now I just would like to be on my own.
All right, well, sit here and sip in peace, and just check in with me before you go. I want to make sure you're okay to drive.
And I raise my glass to her and take another sip and thank you, Miss Clover.
All right, I'm going to go make my rounds. And she makes sure that everybody knows to leave you be, and you are given your own space for the rest of the evening. And in the meantime, I imagine that Zuki, you eat enough so that you are sustained, and you keep casting until you can't cast no more, and then
True.
you kind of drift off, leaning against the tree, or like curled up around it, or something like that,
Just nearby.
nearby. And you get your long rest. Reg gets his long rest. Keel and Jerix get their long rest, and Zephyr, you come rumbling back at some point in enough time to get a long rest.
Be honest, I probably don't.
Okay.
I will take the point of exhaustion.
Okay. What time do you roll in, you think?
Um, Probably about the same time as the sun does, and I'm going to
Uh,
be heading straight up to the meditation room.
all right. So you roll in at about sunup. All right. You know what? Give me a percentile, Zephyr.
71.
71. Okay. You guys outside are awakened to the sound of a motorcycle. And you stretch and yawn, refreshed from a night's sleep, as the cool autumn air washes over you. Reg, you're a little chilly. Zuki's used to sleeping on the streets and has kind of a ritual to it, and with some of her druidic wiles, she's a bit more comfortable being outside. And you've
The
got the
cold never bothered her anyway.
exactly. You've got the sleeping bag kind of bundled around you, and you kind of peek your face out just a little bit, and you're like, "Oh, damn, that's cold." Um, as you see Zeph come pulling up the driveway in his motorcycle, on his motorcycle, not really in it, but
What time is it?
it's
Like
probably it's like
sunrise?
sunrise, but sunrise for November is like 7.
Jeez. All right.
And he just pulls into the garage, and the garage door closes.
Okay.
And as the garage door closes, a portal opens up on the lawn, and out steps Dad. And Zephyr, do you notice how big the oak tree has gotten?
I do. I'm sure I do. That would
It's
probably be an observation of mine.
it is a good size oak tree right now. It's a good, I would say, um, 4 to 5 foot circumference by the time Zuki nodded off. I mean, this is, for it having been an acorn yesterday, this is some impressive effort. She put a lot of magic and emotion into this thing.
I just give a nice heavy sigh and walk into the house
I mean,
without saying anything.
it's autumn, so its leaves are already turning and they're going to start to fall. But there's a good amount of shade under this tree already.
So much shade.
So
Zuki is throwing so much shade right now.
I will run after Zephyr
Okay.
and sort of check on him. Hey, Zeph, you all right? Other than the thing, were you out all night?
Yeah, yes, I was.
Are you going to be okay?
I that's kind of the question of the week, isn't it? Is it? Can I do something for you?
No, no, you can't. I wanted to say thank you to you for the hospitality. I don't know how many more sleepovers I'm going to have at this house, and
I saw you had cleared out your room, and I must say that it it makes me sad. And I'm you have been you've been more of a father to me than my father.
did I ever tell you how I met my husband?
Actually, no, you didn't.
He hated me. Uh, I uh, I met him at a book club of all places, and asked him out, and he took one look at me and hated everything about me. And I was so confused because I had managed to talk my way into several relationships previous to that, and it affected me. Uh, there's a power in the know, and liking someone so much and having them turn away from you. I've I've never had that I got to watch grow up. I had to say goodbye to a portion of that while I was here, and I feel like you were the universe giving me at least a portion of my time back. So before I go, and seeing as how this is probably my last night here for a while, I think I owe it to you a little fatherly advice.
Okay, what
You
is
are
it? He's probably trying to hold back tears right now because he's not completely clueless about life. Although, yeah, he mostly is.
son, you are not broken. There is nothing wrong with you.
And at this point, tears are just streaming down his face.
You are a good man, regardless of what you look like. You are the hero that I know you to be. And right now, you're at a low point. And I understand. But I want you to know I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of the choices that you've made. I'm very proud of you for getting up in the morning and putting one foot in front of the other, for singing in the face of impossible odds. And if there's something that you want in this life, something you truly want in this life, then be the man that deserves it. I will wrap him in a hug before he can say anything.
And his shoulder probably gets tapped quite quickly as Zephyr just melts right into his arms. In a like fatherly,
Sure.
yeah.
Not a hellish rebuke way, but
No,
just a very gentle. I will,
Do
I
one
will,
hellish rebuke.
I will step away and say, "Why don't you head inside? Uh, take a few moments to yourself, and I will brew some coffee for all. All right?"
I'll be upstairs, and I turn and walk into the house.
Okay. Keel, does the noise of the motorcycle wake you up?
I imagine Keel has gotten into a schedule that he's been up for probably an hour or so.
Okay.
But I really don't pay much attention. I'm actually flipping through the file that Zuki gave me and just still trying to piece anything and everything together. But I'm sure I've gotten nowhere.
Yeah, you're still struggling with it. There are a few dates that stand out, a few locations that are coded, but that you think that with some of the other files that you've gotten, you may be able to correlate them and at least have some places to investigate.
And really just spending the time more as an excuse to kind of prepare for what's coming than anything else.
Yep. Jerix?
Nothing in particular, just waiting for everybody to.
Okay. Meantime, Zuki and Dad are out on the lawn.
With enough time, I will head out to the lawn to
Having gathered everybody, or
having gathered everyone. I'm sending you a message, Brian.
okay, I like messages.
Me
Uh,
too.
before we leave.
Sure.
Zeph, when you go up to your room to get ready to come with us, uh, you'll find a black box on your bed. Uh, on it is a handwritten note that says, "I bought you your first one. It makes sense I would buy you a second."
Okay. Do I see this box? Or do I get this message? Where's this
Yeah,
message
it's
being sent?
handwritten note on top of the box.
You bought him a Snuggie?
As long as you go into the room, you see it.
And I will step into the room and catch the note and look at the box. And what type of box are we looking at here?
It's a large white box.
And I go ahead and open it up.
It's a suit. Black slacks with a tail for the hole that fits your new measurements. White collared shirt and a jacket. All tailored to fit you.
Does it look like something I would go into hell wearing?
Darling, if you're going to go into hell.
I mean, that's a loaded question.
If you're going to go into hell, dressed to the nines.
Um, I look at I try it on
Looks good.
and head downstairs.
Okay.
Do I see Reggie anywhere?
Dude, it's like a suit,
Like a suit
like a
suit.
business suit.
Yeah, a business suit. May not be the best for combat, but it certainly looks sharp.
Do I see Reggie when I get down?
Uh,
Yes, absolutely.
are you inside or outside, Reg?
I'm in.
Uh,
Oh,
I'm gathering everyone, so I imagine I'm by the front door with it open, trying to shuffle people out.
I do a quick model for him.
It looks good.
What am I supposed to do with it?
You're supposed to wear it, dingus.
What, to what?
To life, to walk in there. It looks good. Here, let's do this. I will unbutton the top button, undo the buttons on the jacket. Just walk in like you own the place. You have the potential to be one of the most charismatic men that I've ever met. It's time you start looking the part.
I
Less punk rock, more Sinatra. Let's broaden your expanse, shall we?
can we make it Michael Bublé?
Yes, we can make it Michael Bublé. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit saying it, that you're wanting to go Michael Bublé over Frank Sinatra. But yes, we
He's
can go
so
Michael
freaking
Bublé.
old. In fact, I think that guy's dead, isn't he?
You know what? I'm tearing the suit off. You don't deserve this. I imagine we laugh in the hall, in the doorway, and it's the first time of us have laughed in a while.
Oh, nice. I just saw the picture. I'm looking good. All right. I head out wearing my new duds.
Keel, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
To hell and back again?
Horn still hasn't grown back all the way just yet, but it's getting
No,
closer.
no, it hasn't.
Yeah. Jerix, are you ready?
Always. Let's go.
Let's go rescue our boy, shall we?
I'm kind of humming under my breath. Every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. Yeah.
Zuki, the boys walk your way. We walk this way, towards you, towards the portal.
Yeah.
I think she told me to walk this way.
No.
Walk this way. Sorry.
Zuki triple takes.
Triple takes.
Yeah.
Then goes, wait, you're wearing that to go into battle?
But of course, what is wrong with this?
I don't know. It just seems impractical, but to each his own.
Like growing a
Oh,
tree
it
in the
wasn't
yard.
bad or anything. I didn't want to say it looked bad. I mean, it doesn't look bad or anything. Like, it's just.
I will gently elbow Zephyr as Zuki gets a little flustered as we walk towards the portal.
And I follow Reggie into the portal,
Well,
walking as if I own the place.
Yeah,
which actually I do. Now that I think about it.
he hasn't created a new portal yet because he's not going to keep a portal open for the
Oh.
10 minutes it took all of you morons to get out of the house.
True story.
He was just standing talking to Zuki, and as you come up, he's like, "And you really did this in just one day? That's remarkable.
Thanks.
I'm sorry about your
I mean-
friend.
Thank you.
I liked
Me
him.
too.
He was a very strong man, and I'm sure that he did what he thought was right."
Yeah.
Zephyr is purposely not looking at the tree.
When this is all over, I'm sure we'll have time to talk about it, or you can talk with your mother, or something if you prefer. But
Could have a bonfire.
we'll sort something out.
What's to sort out? She lives here as well.
I mean, dealing with the loss, Zephyr. Surely you can relate. These were your friends too, no?
I remember when we rescued Jonathan, and he seemed like a wonderful person. And yes, I'm sorry to see him gone.
Oh snap!
Very well.
It's rather chilly outside right now. It's a little cold. It's like a cold front moving
Well,
in.
I mean, winter is coming, so.
Oh, are
Is
you a
it,
Game of Thrones fan?
No, I mean it's fall right now, and so winter is around the corner. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true.
That's just how the seasons go. Plus, I'm the winter knight, so it's generally chillier when I'm around. Sorry about that.
Sure.
No, it's all right.
Not much I can
Um,
do about that. So, I understand I'm bringing you to autumn. Is there anything else you need?
um, we're probably going to need some sort of transport back home.
Well,
Is
certainly. I planned to be in autumn for a bit. I can probably give you a staging location as well, depending on where you're going within autumn.
Please, yes. Jerix is the one that did the reconnaissance, early reconnaissance in, so he's probably going to be your go-to man for this. But if you could find a staging area for us somewhere off the beaten path, so we can sort of examine the best way in.
All
I
right.
would I would imagine that when he says my name out loud, that the Winter Knight had met Jared, having been the Winter Knight and some sort of um, crossing paths, permissions, those kinds of things for
Yeah.
hunting demons, but not recognize the body, obviously.
Hmm. Hello, Jerks.
Again,
New meat
different
suit.
circumstances. Yeah, different circumstances.
So, what exactly has brought you to my daughter and her friends?
It's complicated, but we'll say Nick.
Yes. Well, he and I aren't exactly on the best of terms, so you'll understand if I want a few questions answered before I'm eager to ferry them along with you into harm's way.
Well, you know my cause is always just. I don't do these things lightly. What questions do you have?
Well, just to you and just to me are not always the same thing. I also know that you frequently put
Agreed.
others in harm's way in pursuit of a noble goal.
Sometimes for the greater good. I think you're
Yes,
aware of this.
I am aware of this, but these four are my greater good.
I do not hold anything against them. They are here in assistance.
I
And
need to know that you hold their safety in as high esteem as I do, and that your mission does not come before them.
based on what I've gleaned from them so far, I hold them in just as high a regard as I do Nick.
So you would not sacrifice them to save him.
I don't think that should be necessary.
That's not a yes or no answer.
So, we hear this,
Yeah,
correct?
Oh
are we
yeah, this is
listening?
We're like,
yep.
suddenly I'm like, hey, could you portal like three of us, not or four of us? We don't need a group of
I think you
five.
misunderstood. I do plan to protect them, but I can't account for everything, just as I'm sure you can't account for everything.
That is
I wouldn't want
fine.
to mix my words,
I am not
as they
asking
are
you to
important.
promise things that you cannot deliver. I am asking you to promise that you have no intention of sacrificing them, that you have no intention of yielding their safety in exchange for Nicholas's safety.
The quarry I seek and the mission I am attending does not require and should not require any sacrifices of anyone here.
My daughter is an adult. Her friends are adults. They will make their own choices. I merely ask that you do not make choices for them that they do not see coming. Allow them their freedom to choose, and we will have no quarrel.
As I would expect the same of you.
As I have said, they are adults. I can only protect her so much, and she would not want me to protect her more. I have learned this the hard way. At some point, you have to let them be their own people. Now, are we going to do this or not?
Definitely.
Are the four of you satisfied?
Um, a little less so than when we started, but yes, yes, we are satisfied.
I think you don't understand.
No, no, no,
I
no.
will lay down my life to protect you if that's what you want to hear.
Yes, yes. Honestly, I'm better now. Yes, we're ready to go.
All right. And he opens up a portal into the grove that Zuki you have been to before with him,
All right.
which is like his HQ.
Do we know where this is in relation to where we need to go?
You do not, but he is going to explain to you
Okay.
where this is in relation to where you need to go.
All right. Okay.
And some of the flumps are still here.
Oh God. Uh, hey, hey, gang.
They remember Zuki and drift over to her.
Zuki,
Hi. Yeah.
And
you see the
they start speaking
bumps?
into her mind.
Hello.
We have missed you.
Thanks.
Are you going
Um,
to stay longer this time?
I don't know. We have someone that needs help.
Can
Someone
we
that we care about.
can we help?
I don't know. I mean, he needs rescuing, and he's nearby, but we're not quite sure where. Is
Oh,
that something you can help us?
Who is she talking to and why is she talking out loud?
These sorts of floating creature things. They're
they look
called.
kind of like floating air jellyfish with faces.
Like, what kinds of faces? Seems weird.
It is weird.
Like little Squidwards.
No. Here, let me see if I can
You
post.
don't have to. I was that
No,
was a
no.
weird description.
I'm gonna post a
I
picture.
wander.
I will post a picture in our chat for you.
I mean, if she's not talking out loud, like,
No, since
that's fine. Okay.
they're talking in her mind, so she's just
Okay.
kind of talking back into their mind.
Oh, um, Zuki, what are they saying?
Well, it sounds like they might be able to help. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really get that far yet, but they seem eager to help if they can.
Okay. The yes. Um, maybe they could assist in finding us a staging area close to here.
We can speak into people's minds. Would that help?
I
They
mean,
can talk to people's brains. Oh, are they saying that to him?
Yeah, they're still talking to you. I mean, they could talk to someone else if someone else wanted them to, but
Sure.
um, I mean that probably could. Do you have to see? Do they have to see them in order to talk into their brain?
nope.
Can you guys talk to multiple people at once? Like, would this be easier if we were all having this conversation together?
Who else would you like us to talk to?
Well, Reggie's got a lot of questions, and it seems like it might
Which
make sense
which
for
one is he?
the one over there with the glasses.
A few of the tentacle guys start to float over to you, Reg.
When did Reg start wearing glasses?
Oh,
He
he doesn't
he
wear
doesn't.
glasses.
He does
I
not
always
wear
figured it
glasses.
was glasses. Never
Uh,
mind.
Uh
You know that guy over there. He's the old one.
oh, okay.
So
Wow.
you see
You're
Shots fired.
welcome.
you see a few of them start to float over to you,
Uh, hello.
and
We come in
a few of
peace?
them kind of rub their tentacles on your head,
Oh God, no! This is entirely unpleasant.
and then they drift away. And they're like, "Hello, Reg," and you can hear them and Zuki now.
Hi. We are looking for an individual that may have been being held captive here in this area.
Oh, well, we can try and help you find him.
That would be lovely. Can you read my mind and see what he looks like?
Sure, think of him and we will know.
Okay. I begin to think of Nicholas.
Oh, he thinks of you.
Oh, we haven't seen him, but we can try to communicate with him if you can get us close.
Uh, uh, yes, of course. Yeah. Come with us.
All right, we will send 3 friends with you.
Perfect. I'm adding 3 flumps to our inventory.
Absolutely. I am Flurm. This is Glurm, and this is Bob.
Glam, Glam, and Bob.
We call him Bob because of the way he floats.
He bobs in the air.
Don't you see it? As far as
I
you can
do.
tell, all of them drift
Uh-huh.
exactly the same way.
All right. Well, let's make our way forward and lead the way. I will gesture to Suki's father and sort of let him take the lead on this.
He brings you to where Jarek's described, and you recognize the path that led over to the cave. And Jarek's takes you toward that and then into the forest. And Jarek's follows the path that his seers gave him from there. This appears to be a bit outside of my territory now. Do you wish me to follow along, or should I head back for now?
No, no. Best to err on the side of discretion here. So, yeah. Um, go ahead and head back. We'll take it from here.
All right. I will keep contact. I will monitor you, and when you're ready to get out, let me know.
All right. Yes, we can do.
All right, and now you are starting to head through the autumn. And right now you're in a forest, and Jarek's, you know that it's about a half-hour walk from here to the other caves where uh, Nick is supposedly being held.
Gotcha. Should we start being as stealthy as possible, looking for any kind of additional tracks, additional traps, or anything along the way that might be?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Suki might actually be able to help us with that.
In this form, I'm not helpful in that kind of situation.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not spectacular with that. The best I can do in order to help you is to I can detect magic.
I
Or
was pass
so,
without a trace.
Oh shoot, do I still have that? Oh, I do have that. I'm so sorry. I misread.
I was like, I,
I
I
was
hope so.
It's kind of a
yeah, no, I
big
still
deal.
have it.
Also, did you remember to give yourself a long rest and reset your spells?
I did. Oh, I thought I did.
Just making sure.
Thanks. All right. So I cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay, so everybody give me stealth checks with a
Plus
wonderful
10.
+10 on them.
I love these stealth checks.
I believe, Keel, you still have disadvantage, though, correct?
I do.
And so, do I? Is this considered an ability check or?
Yes, yes, it is. So,
Ouch.
with your level of exhaustion, you absolutely do.
Reg is as the wind at 35.
Ah, Reg has disappeared into the foliage.
22 for Zephyr.
22 for Zephyr.
Thank goodness
Sorry?
for plus tens.
Mm-hmm. 21 for Keel.
21 for Keel.
30 for me.
30. Okay, so Zuki and Reg are nigh invisible.
18.
18 for Jerix. That was with a plus 10, huh?
Yes.
I lean over to Keel and say, I'm
Do you
so
get your
glad he
do you
suggested
get
we
your
sneak
own
here.
do you get your own bonus? Like if you have a bonus for stealth, you get your own bonus as well?
Yes, you get your own bonus in addition to the plus 10.
Then 18.
Thanks so much for that. I'm glad we were able to clarify. Okay, and you guys sneak along through the forest, drifting from tree to tree, blending in, except for Jerix, who's walking pretty much straight line through, and everyone's like, "Why aren't you being quiet?"
My
And
movements are perceptible.
you make your way to the cave system, and the flumps are there and reach into your minds and say, "Where should we start looking? Do you want us to drift along the caves?"
Yes, if you don't mind drifting along the outside of the caves, and maybe you'll be able to pinpoint them without being spotted.
And the
Are the flumps native to this area? Like, if they're spotted, would it be like seeing deer or something? Like, they're not going to raise any alarm bells, are they?
you're not sure. You don't know where flumps come from,
All right, fair enough. Yes.
but
All the alarms.
so they're going to they stealth up the cliff face or the cave face and kind of start drifting along the edges of the cave, uh, and reaching their minds out to see what they can find. We have 27, a 24, and a
Ooh.
21 for stealth.
Ooh.
So they're they're pretty hard to see up against the rock. Their tannish bodies blend in pretty well, and they kind of pull up the blue tentacles, and they're doing a pretty good job of hiding themselves.
Awesome.
Hey Nick, you're in your
Hey,
you're in your cell mulling over which of your friends you're going to have to murder if you really want to go through with this deal and trying to decide whether or not to go through it. And you hear in your head, "Are you Nick? You feel like Nick." You don't have to say
what?
anything. You can just answer in your head.
What?
I said, "Are you Nick?" You can answer in your head. I also said you feel like Nick.
What insane torture is this?
It's not torture, it's telepathy.
D&D quote of the night.
It's a good one.
This is
Not
a
torture.
new level I was not prepared for.
I am
What?
Bob.
What do you want?
I want to
Okay,
fig
Bob.
I wanted to figure out where you are. Zuki and Red sent me.
What?
Why do you keep saying that word? You don't
Because you
need.
keep saying things that are weird and
I am speaking
don't
directly
make.
into your mind, so clearly you can hear me.
I get that, but what you're saying doesn't make sense. They should not be anywhere near here.
And yet they are. They are outside the cave right now. They have also brought other friends.
Is Zephyr with them?
Yes, he is the moody one in the purple, in the suit. Correct?
Suit? Purple, right, but suit doesn't seem right.
Well, he seems to be dressed very fancy. And then there's a very heavily armored one that doesn't say much.
I'll say to my mom, "They're here. I choose Zephyr."
Oh, wow. They come drifting back to you. Is he your friend?
Eh, depending on the day. Yes, he is our friend. Absolutely. Well, why do you ask?
Because he just said
Well, they wouldn't hear what I said out loud, would they?
They're in your
he's
mind.
in your mind.
Hmm.
He
Uh,
just he just
what?
said, "Mom, they're here. I choose Zephyr." Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, that's a very bad
I
thing.
choose you, Pikachu.
That's a bad, horrible, no good, bloody thing. Hey, group, and Jerix, something you should all be aware of. They found Nick. Nick apparently communicated to his mother. They're here. I choose Zephyr. Any idea what that could mean?
It
Choose
means
to
we're
save Zephyr.
it means we're
I
not too
mean,
late.
how do we feel about Nick's mom right now? Do we know Nick's mom has Zephyr? Has that been communicated to us? I
Has
mean, has Nick?
No.
So as far as we know, the last thing Nick's mom did was save Reggie's family.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the
She's
two.
the good guy to you guys.
Yeah, she's saving Zephyr, or he's choosing to save you. That's all we can intune from this. Attune from this. Yep. Intune. Yep.
So
So how is he looking right now? Is he in good shape? I mean, am I in this
yeah, you're
conversation with
you're
the
in,
whole mind thing?
yep, you're in the mind conversation.
So
They
you're telling me he's okay, right?
He seems confused and we can't see him. We can only communicate with him.
Okay.
I can drift in and try to find him.
No, God, we don't want you destroyed. There's no telling what's holding him. God, maybe nothing's holding him
Do
if
we
he's
even
in.
know if he's being held?
No, maybe he's not. He's obviously communicating with other.
Well, he did
So
say something about torture. When I tried to talk to him, he said, "What new torture is this?"
who is he being tortured by?
Perhaps his mother is supposed to come rescue him?
Possibly.
All I know is that his bloodline is in danger. That's all I can sense.
We know he's in danger. We know he's also in communication with his mother. Um, OOC, how do I insight this? It's weird because we're privy to all of these.
You're privy to many things, but you're
We have to assume the best. We have to assume that he's
there are so many
being
missing puzzle pieces.
tortured. Yes. All right. Well, we have to find him.
Do we wait for the mother to arrive? Apparently, he's been waiting for her to get here, us to get here before calling her.
Yeah. Flumps, could you locate Zephyr's mother?
Not Nick's mother, but
Nick's mother. Sorry,
I want to talk to Zeph's mom too. She's nice.
she's super sweet. Yeah, but Nick's mother.
We can try. How will we know his mother?
I will communicate what she is or who she is.
Okay. All right. Bob, do you want to try to find her as well? Why not? I got lucky the first time. And he
I'm
start
not lucky. I'm Nick.
and he starts drifting along. Bloop 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 bloop. And meantime, someone comes over to your cage or to your cell, opens the door. It's a dark elf. You say you're ready to cooperate.
Where did my mom go?
She has business elsewhere. She will be back. But she said that if you decided to comply, that we were to take you down. and to heal you.
I misread that. I thought you were taking me out.
No, take you down from the wall unless you wish to stay there until her return.
No.
All right, well, this may hurt a bit. Do you wish to be awake for it?
For wait, what are you yanking? You're not cutting these things. You're not. You're yanking these out. Or are you yanking me off the wall? What are we doing here?
Um, he pulls his sword and ignites it, and the ends of the spikes he kind of goes and cuts through, so the ends of the spikes that were kind of holding you to the wall come off, and a couple of other dark elves come in, and they pull you straight off, so that you're sliding off of these spikes. But
Oh. Oh.
I'm gonna. I guess that's a roll for a
give me a
constitution.
give me a con save, yeah.
Oh, this might be bad for me. Okay, so an 18. Do you just need a straight, or do I actually get a save?
It's a save. It's a save.
Okay, so that's 26.
No, you somehow gut it
Oh
out. You
God.
grit your teeth through it. I mean, it is
Oh Jesus.
it is
That's terrible.
agonizingly painful. I mean, it's like, it wasn't
I
as
pee. I definitely pee a little.
it wasn't as painful as when you got nailed to the wall. And the heat on the ends of the metal cauterizes the wounds a little bit as you're pulled off. Are you all right, my lord?
What was that last part?
And the one of the priests heals your wounds a bit. You're at about 35 hit points.
Okay, hold on. I didn't have Nick up.
Yeah. You don't have any of your spells prepared because they've been basically keeping you addled and tormented so that you couldn't
Gotcha.
pray to your deity or anything. So you have no
Gotcha.
spells prepared. I'll say you can summon up cantrips anytime. So you have your cantrips, but you have no spells, and
You
you've
said
been
I'm 39,
30.
30.
30 hit points, cantrips, no spells,
Gotcha.
and you're walking a little bit tenderly.
Yeah, I can imagine. So where are we headed?
You said they are here. We are going to head to the entrance and see if you can coax them in.
Okay, lead the way.
So, this is your opportunity to prove yourself to your mother.
So lead the way.
Okay, I will. And he and the two priests, he's like armored, got a big sword, clearly a lieutenant or a general of some sort. And he leads you toward the entrance. So Bob comes back. I cannot find any mind matching this description. What do you wish to do?
All right. What we need to do is see how many entrances there are into this cave system. If there's a back entrance, it might behoove us to go in that way, and that way we get a bit of the element of surprise there.
Okay.
So,
Do you all want to sneak around and investigate, or do you just want to send the flumps to investigate?
let's burn these flumps. Yeah, like I'm fine with having them do this work, sort of investigate.
Okay.
You want me to send Zoro into the mouth of the cave here?
You could
If you want him to die again.
just to see what you can see. I mean,
Just to see what I can see. I mean,
All right.
we're
So
kind of blind out here.
you're
does
gonna send.
Zoro have dark vision?
Ba-da-ba-ba-bum.
Weasel vision.
He's got weasel vision.
Weasel vision.
It's like dark vision, but squirrelier.
It's the weirdest Pauly Shore movie.
Let's see. He does not look like he has dark vision.
All right, yeah, send him in. See what you can find.
Okay.
No, he doesn't have it. Oh yeah, sounds great. Let's send him in.
So what
I
he
mean-
sees is going to be limited.
Yep. But he's going to be crawling along the sides, along the wall and everything, and being as stealthy as possible.
Okay. Go ahead and give me but it's your eyes, not his, right?
It's currently my eyes, not his.
Or rather,
Yes.
it's you seeing
Well,
through his eyes. So
that's what we're dealing with.
so does that mean it's your senses, so your dark vision, or is it still the capabilities of his eyes but your scores?
Oh,
What does the DM think?
I'll say you can use your dark vision.
do I have dark vision as a
A tiefling? I'm pretty sure you do.
tiefling?
We'll say I'm pretty sure you
It's
do.
dark, but he sees things.
Yes,
like,
I do have dark vision.
All right, so go ahead and give me an investigation check.
19.
Okay, and give me a stealth. Now, Zuki, refresh my
This
memory.
is
How far away from you does he is he allowed to be and still be covered under pass without a trace?
I believe it is 30 feet. I will double check just to be sure.
and I'm guessing he's going to be surpassing that
Yes.
level,
Yeah, he is going to surpass that, so he is no longer passing without a trace.
which he rolled a 19, so it's
Okay.
going to be a +5. He'll have 24.
So he has a 24 stealth and a 19 investigation.
Yep.
All right. Nick, I need for you to give me a perception check.
Seven.
Okay, you do not see the weasel.
Thank God. I'd be tormented.
All right, so Zaro goes and does some crawling in, and he sees a number of passageways. He also sees Nick walking forward a little uneasily. He doesn't look like he's in tip-top shape, but he doesn't look like he's restrained in any way. There's a drow in front of him, armored with a big sword, and two drow behind him that look more like priests, escorting him, headed in your direction.
And
Oh,
I'm relaying this as I'm seeing through the eyes.
he's
I'm
headed
definitely
this
relaying
way.
all of this. Yeah,
Uh,
he's headed towards the mouth of the cave. He's got, is it 3 drow? Is that what
Yep, three drow.
I see? He's surrounded by 3 drow.
should we all hide in case this goes south, so you can get one of our backs? Do you want me to take lead on this one? You two hide, like the 4 of you hide in the bushes, or Jerix, if you want to take the lead on this. We have a few seconds.
Yes, I'll go back of the bus. I'm not in this form a frontline fighter.
Now, what's around this cave? I mean, are we within the tree line or
Yeah,
something
you're
of
still
that
within
nature?
the tree line. Yes.
And so I think we all would have naturally, well, Zephyr would make the I can't even, the attempt at concealing himself within the trees.
Yeah. So each of you give me another stealth check. Keel, since you're not moving, this does not have to be disadvantage. Zephyr,
Still plus 10?
yours is still disadvantage because of fatigue.
But I still get the +10, please. I rolled a
Yes.
7 and a 5.
So 15 plus stealth.
And that'll be 21 for me.
21. Keel.
29.
29. Zook.
22.
22. Reg.
I'm not making any attempt to hide. I want them to be able to.
Oh, okay. I thought Jerix was taking the lead and you were hiding. You're standing with him.
Oh no,
No,
Jared's
Jerix
not-
is in the back of the bus.
Oh,
Jared
okay.
yeah.
says he doesn't want to take the lead on this.
Okay, so Jerix, what's your stealth?
22 total.
Okay, a lot of good stealths there. Does Zoro
Can
come
I
back
just
out?
put in this out of character? We just hit 11 o'clock.
Yes,
Okay, just making sure
Yep.
that we are aware of time and
I
stuff.
am.
Are the drow still walking with Nicholas the whole way?
So far
He's
they
not.
So they're going to pass your position shortly. So the question is, are you going to let them pass you, or is Zoro going to double back and head to the group?
He's gonna. do what he can to remain hidden, but he's not going to let them pass. He doesn't want to. I don't want him getting locked in.
Okay,
Locked
so
in.
so he doubles back and heads back to the
Hmm.
group. All right. The flumps start to head back. And they are going to be the tree line is probably about 30 feet from the entrance, so they can telepathy you from above the cave. Do you guys say anything to them mentally as they get close?
I would tell them to hide because
Okay.
I don't know how this is going to go, and they've already given us a lot.
Okay. They all make decent stealth checks, and you see them blending in above the cave wall. Uh, and they send to you that they did not see any rear entrances. This looks like the only way in or out.
Understood.
And then Zaro manages to get back to Zephyr. We'll say that his stealth check is the same as yours, and that he's like hiding behind you. So if you can't be seen, he can't be seen, and even if you can, he probably can't because he's behind you.
Okay.
And Nick comes out of the mouth of the cave by himself.
Nicholas, uh, you look beat to hell.
I feel it.
And at
Where
this time, Zephyr actually steps from behind the tree as well.
Okay.
are you all right? Where have you been?
Should we even be talking right now? It's time for us to leave, I think.
Yes, let's go, please.
Come inside. I think I can explain everything.
Yeah, and that can be explained once we get back to headquarters.
Yeah,
I know.
I would feel much better going back home. Why did why did people think you were in trouble?
Because I am. Does this not look like I'm. I mean,
So
No.
let's go. And I'm going to cast Healing Word on him, 3rd level.
Okay.
what do I get? What do I get?
I'm trying to make sure I'm getting the right numbers for you.
What does he get before he kills you? What does he get?
What do I get? It's like a bonus round.
5, 6, 7. I'm going to give you another 12 points of health.
Nice.
42. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's go. We can discuss. We can get back there if we have to come back, but we need to get out of here now.
I understand what you're saying. Reggie,
Yes,
look at me.
I'm looking.
You're a human lie detector.
Okay.
I'm telling you we need to go back in. Am I lying?
You haven't really said anything that could be a lie you're just making statements.
We need to go back in.
Can I do an insight check on this guy? We're getting a weird vibe.
Insight check as well?
Yeah. What do you got for an insight?
Absolutely nothing. I've got a 4.
I've got a 26.
He is very insistent on you coming back in, and you definitely get the feeling that it is important to you that you guys come in. He wants you to go. You're not sure why, and he's not giving any statements to give you any idea why he wants you to go.
Why do we need to go back inside?
My mom's here. She can explain everything.
Okay.
And
All right.
I'm going to ask her another insight check, having been told
Mhm.
already that nothing was recognized as far as she goes.
Okay.
Can I get at least a
honestly, believe
normal
she's here.
insight check?
Yeah. Well, no. Because of your exhaustion, you're still at disadvantage for all ability checks.
I just thought I'd ask because we know that she's not here. At least they couldn't find her. But
Well,
that's,
right. But there could be other reasons why she could have mind shielding. You don't know.
Yep, gotcha. That's 11.
Give me deception, because it's possible he'll roll less than 11 on deception. It's not probable, but it's possible.
I'm not trying to deceive him. I believe she's here.
Well, they just told you that she was
Wait,
away on a
hang on.
mission.
Yeah.
Oh, they told me she was away on a mission.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that she would be back soon.
Oh, see, I've been injured. I didn't really hear.
That dog's only going to
Been,
hunt for so
been,
long,
been
pal.
chained to this, been stabbed to this wall for so long.
One too many hits in the head with a snake.
And
So,
actually, my insight was 14. I was looking at investigation when I
Okay.
gave you that.
all right, so deception. I get a +9, so that is 24.
No, I mean she's inside. She'd be happy to tell you when you get in there.
Is he at a point of exhaustion as well? Did he rest while chained to the wall?
I can take it.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, he probably has a point of exhaustion.
Oh, that was a higher roll. So
All right. All right. Yeah.
You didn't insight check him the second time, Reg?
I really want to. Billy really wants to. His mother rescued my son.
Okay.
I owe her a life debt. Like, I desperately want to do this. You know what? No, my memory's been fucked with. Or messed with. Sorry.
well, no, not that part though.
No, but he knows.
But all of it is suspect. That is a 31.
Mom's not in there.
Okay.
Harumph.
Yeah, we're not going in, Nicholas. Let's leave now, or we leave you here. Please. We don't have time for this.
I don't understand what's going on.
You're not being truthful with us. Let's just get you back, and you can tell us all about this. Your mother has been to the house. She'll come to the house again. Let's go.
She's gonna be. I understand. She's not here right now, but she's going to be here. My bad. Did not mean to deceive you. She will be here.
Can I insight check his lying? I mean, I don't know.
It was unintentional.
I
When
know.
said-
I know.
I didn't mean to.
You know what? No. Reggie turns tail and starts walking back the way they came. There's something about this smells bad.
Yeah, your instincts are off. Anyone want to try and do anything?
I'm actually going to be following Reggie, taking the lead from him.
Yeah.
I follow him as well. I mean, if he needed rescuing, we're here. He's here. He can follow us back if he wants to stay.
Yep.
That's on him.
Let's head back.
Keel?
Keel actually turns to Jerix. So what's the play?
Something's not right here, obviously.
Do you think he's being cursed? Do you think his mind is being betrayed?
I don't know, but I do plan on going in.
You're going into the cave?
Without a doubt.
Well, I'll stand by your side. Nick is a friend.
Can I think of the charm spell, having cast it numerous times?
Yeah.
And I actually walk up to Zuki, knowing that she recently charmed me, and say, "You want to charm him into coming? Something's not right here. Can you do that?"
Does Reggie hear this?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hide it from him.
Okay. I look at him just questioningly.
Something about this feels wrong. I'm tired of being played here. I would say give it one more college try, and then regardless of what Jerix decides to do, we don't know him. He showed up at our doorstep less than 24 hours ago, claiming that Nick was in trouble. Nick is not in trouble. He's fine. He's visiting with his mum. For some reason, he's being tortured. Yes, you know what? Give it the good old college try. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to endanger you on a hunch. Keel is his own man. Jerix is his own dog. So try one more time, and then I'm not endangering your lives on a hunch.
Okay, that's fair. So I go up within 30 feet of him,
So
and I will.
are you going to try and use the globe then?
No, I'm gonna cast Charm Person, just straight Charm Person, but I'm gonna cast it at a higher level.
Okay.
Um, because normally it's a first level spell. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and cast it at fourth level.
Okay.
What's the range on that?
I have to be within 30 feet of him.
I'm hand on the rapier, readying an attack action if something goes south.
So basically, all of you are kind of walking up with her, and
Yes.
That would still leave us within the tree line as he came out of the
yeah,
cave,
you're
correct?
just outside the cave. They're just inside the tree line, so everybody is within 30 feet.
Nick, please.
I'm
Fill
also
up.
readying another spell to be able to cast it. Like if this doesn't work, I've got another spell that I'm ready to cast
Yeah, because that's how that works.
with my next action.
If this one doesn't
What?
work, I meant to cast
Well,
this one instead.
she's
No,
going to
no,
get
no, no, because no, with my next action,
right. There's the
but
surprise round, and then
yeah,
now,
So, as she comes out, obviously I can see her walking towards me,
yep.
Yes.
and is it verbal, somatic? What kind of?
there are verbal and somatic components to it.
So I recognize that she's trying to cast something.
Probably yes.
So I would like to message Reggie and tell him that they need to run.
I uh I will grab Zuki and Zephyr and look over at Keel and Jerix and say, "Run, everyone!" And I will push them towards the trees. I will stop her mid spell and interpose myself in between her and Nick in the cave and push them and tell them we have to run now.
Okay. That's going to be a dex off between the two of you because she's mid-action,
Yep.
and as to whether or not she can complete her action before you interrupt it.
All right. Just adding our Dex modifier.
Yeah.
15.
Okay, Zook.
Okay. I rolled a 3 on the die.
Okay,
So.
so yeah. So you are still in the middle of casting, but he's pulling you out of range. So basically, it's up to
Okay.
you whether you want to complete the casting or.
No,
Okay.
that's him.
And so who else? So Reg grabs Zook and starts pulling her out of range, and I imagine you start running by yourself at that point when he says run.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Keel and Jarek's attention too, as well. But I'm pushing.
Does everybody else run as well?
I'm following Reggie on this.
Jarek,
Reggie
Skill.
says run and I run.
Yeah,
Kills.
Jerix will follow the group to protect them at the very least.
Okay. And as you run, you and glance over your shoulder to see why Reg suddenly said run. You see Nick get pushed forward into the snow, and three drow step out from behind him, and one has a bow, and two are going into casting motions, and that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh.
Dun dun dun. So things have ratcheted up a notch. Um, that looked like that plan might have worked, but there were forces at work behind Nick, and so we may never know. It was a good and an exciting plan, and I was anxious to see how it would play out because I know what you were doing, Zuki. You were trying to cast it on all four of them, weren't you?
Cast what?
Charm
No.
person? No, that was not why you were doing fourth level. What was that?
I didn't know they were there.
Oh, what was the fourth level to make it more difficult?
Yeah, for him to. Yeah.
No, okay.
But I realized later, like I screwed that up, but I just left it because I'd already said it.
Oh,
So
okay.
never mind.
I thought the 4 was because you knew he had been escorted by 3, so you were assuming that they were
No,
behind him. Oh, all right.
no, no. It was me screwing up and then just going with it because
Oh, that's too bad because
because I've already said it.
that would have been super cool. Anyway, it was still a good idea. But thank you all for tuning in for the dramatic return of Something Wicked This Way Comes. Hope you guys had a really good time. Yeah, we do, Bookish Spider, we do like our cliffhangers here. But tune in next week. The very next week, because you will get to see what happens to these guys. But we got done on time, and Nick got to make an appearance, and he got to play Nick and Jerix in the same conversation. They didn't get to talk to each other. We're gonna go for that next
I'm gonna
week.
get hats. I'm gonna get hats.
Yeah, you need a hat.
So that we can tell the difference.
But thank you all for tuning in. Hope you had a great night and an even better tomorrow, and we will see you next time on The Plastered Dragon.